New videos every day.
Hi, I'm Dr. Echols, and this is my friend Rayleigh, and today we're going to talk a little bit about kids in chiropractic care. I've had many patients in the past be a little bit surprised when I talk to them about getting their kids under chiropractic care. They thought, well, why would we need to have our kids being under chiropractic care? Surely they can't have spinal problems as a kid. Well, oftentimes that's true. A lot of times children don't have spinal problems. In other words, they don't have any spinal pain at that time. But oftentimes misalignments or subluxations in the spine actually have their origins in the traumas of childhood. So according to OSHA, the Occupational Safe and Healthy Administration, by the time the child is 11 years old, they've had over 7,000 traumas to their spine already. And if you think about it, the traumas actually start with birth. Coming through that birth canal is quite an experience. As a matter of fact, it's so traumatic, most of us don't even remember it, right? But we all have slips and falls, and as we're learning to walk, we fall, hundreds, if not thousands of times. Then we start to ride our tricycle, and we have problems with that, and then we fall on our bicycle a lot. My oldest son ran into a tree, and the youngest one ran into a mailbox when they were learning to ride their bicycles. So all of these things impact the spine. Now, oftentimes the child won't have any immediate pain from something like that, but what it does do is it will set up a misalignment somewhere in the spinal column. And then if that just sits there as the child gets older and older, that will start to create a problem. So my philosophy is, why not fix it before it became a problem, other than just waiting for it to sit there silently and get worse and worse and worse until finally it does become a problem. When I look at my patients' x-rays and they're in their 20s or even early 30s, I see a lot of their problems that are in their spine actually started when they were children. So you have the option. You can just wait until it starts hurting, or you can go ahead and get your children under chiropractic care and make some of these corrections so that they grow up as strong and healthy as they can be. Also, when you get a chiropractic adjustment, your immune system is strengthened by that. So your immune system, they say the white blood cell count goes up about 15,000 when you get an adjustment. So that helps to make their little immune systems that much more resilient, much more resistant to the stressors that the environment places on it. Miss Rayleigh's been a patient of mine actually since she was just a little bitty baby, since she was just born. And adjustments on children are very, very safe because they're very, very gentle. And I think we're going to be showing you how to do that here in a few minutes. Kids in chiropractic, a good idea, a good alternative to keeping them out of the doctor's office where their only hope is antibiotics and even maybe more dangerous things. Today we're going to give Rayleigh an adjustment so you can see how that looks. Rayleigh, are you ready for your adjustment? All right, very good. Come on down here. Very good. Breathe out for me all the way out. That a girl. There we go. Good. That feel good? All right. Now, roll on your side facing me. That a girl. You get to give yourself a big hug like that. Very good. All right, Miss Rayleigh, I want you to, there you go. You got your feet uncrossed. Just relax. There we go. Very nice. Well done, young lady. Perfect. Okay, this is Wyatt, one of my best patients. We're going to give him an adjustment today, too. Go ahead and lay face down here for me. And when I feel of their back here, I'm actually feeling for areas of tension or areas where the spine may be misaligned a little bit. And then we just make a gentle little correction, just like that. All right, perfect. And Wyatt, your hips are in good shape today. There's no adjustment necessary down there, so that'll be it for today. Thanks. I wanted to visit with you a little bit about ear infections, especially as they relate to children. A lot of times when a kid gets an ear infection, it's very painful. The ear starts to get real angry and swollen. It hurts to touch it, and a lot of pressure starts to build up in the eardrum area. Now, the medical model approach to treating this kind of condition is to surgically go in and punch a hole into the eardrum and sew a tube into the tympanic membrane or the eardrum, and that helps to balance the pressure there. But in my experience and in our clinic, we found that that's generally not really necessary. There's a lot more alternative things that can be done that seem to work just as well, if not better. Those tubes can actually end up causing permanent scarring in the tympanic membrane or the eardrum. And oftentimes they fall out just due to the fact that the kids are playing around and jumping around, and they can fall out. Plus, they're very, very expensive to put in as well. So one of the things that we have done is to actually make an adjustment on the ear itself. And when we do that, you'll oftentimes hear a little popping sound as the eustachian tube, which is the tube that actually helps to drain the middle ear, as it opens up. Because oftentimes this tube gets swollen and clogged up, and then the fluids in the middle ear start to collect in there. Then they're a breeding ground for bacteria, and we get an ear infection, and then the kid has to go in and get antibiotics, and all the time this can be prevented. And some of the ways we do that is through just adjusting the cervical spine or the neck area, but we can also do an adjustment with the ear. And the way we do that is we just gently, and why I'm just going to adjust your ear real gently here, we just gently pull down, out, and up on the ear, and oftentimes that'll go pop. And within several hours after that, the ear will start to drain, and the kid will actually feel so much better. So there are safe and practical and good alternative means for taking care of ear infections other than surgery or antibiotics. Of course, the antibiotics also have their own set of problems associated with them as well. So next time, if you have any kids that have an ear infection, consider a little bit more an alternative approach, something that may not be quite so drastic as surgery or even antibiotics. Some of the things that parents normally bring their children in for are things like ear infections, which are very common, and they can be due to the kid getting a cold that didn't resolve, or oftentimes it's due to food allergies we found. The kids drinking a lot of milk or grains, those can oftentimes cause problems with the ears as well. Another thing is a real common problem with children is bedwetting. We've had very good results in helping children get rid of bedwetting problems by simply taking the pressure off of the nerves that go to the bladder. The child just may simply not be able to control that due to pressure being built up in the lower portion of the spine there. Also, of course, just regular aches and pains that kids get, which isn't too many. So like I said, mainly I think one of the main benefits to having a child under chiropractic care is just having them grow up as strong and healthy and straight as they possibly can. I always think about it like a little sapling that you plant. If you plant it there, as it grows, if you'll stake it down and make sure that it grows straight and tall, the tree will turn out to be beautiful. But if you don't do anything except just plant it and maybe water it every once in a while, it can start to grow crooked, but the dogs get after it, wind starts to blow it, it can just have different environmental stressors that can cause the tree to be kind of crooked and maybe weaker and just not up to its full potential. So chiropractic actually does help children reach their full potential.
The chiropractor makes me feel good because when I get headaches and stuff like that, when I get sick, when I'm better, my mom takes me here and wants me to get an adjustment.
Makes you feel better? Good.